back live inside Studio 10. Boy, the Tampa Theater always doing a creative fundraiser every year. And it's important that we contribute money to keep this beautiful facility in good condition and almost in the original condition. We have Kelly Prada here and Kevin Pelley from Bern Steakhouse, a fundraiser coming up. Actually, a two-day fundraiser coming up very soon.
This is one of my all-time favorite fundraisers, too. But is this the first year that you guys have added the other night to it as well?
We split it. It used to just all be on one night, and we split it into the two to make it a little more fun for the people on Friday who really couldn't appreciate what came after because they were all full from their dinner.
Right.
Or if for some reason you have a scheduling conflict on one night or the other, you can at least make part of the event. So it takes place, so the dinner is Friday at Mise en Place?
It is, and they've created an excellent menu for us that just sounds fabulous, and it'll all be, it was all created based on the wines from Wente, which are wonderful wines too, so we're lucky to have such a great little selection for Friday night.
And Kevin, you all are participating in the grand tasting with Bern Steakhouse, and you were running down some of the items that are going to be on the tasting menu, which, by the way, Kelly makes a good point. When you come out on Saturday night, don't eat first, because you will stuff yourself, trust me. But anyway, tell us a little bit about the menu that'll be served that night.
Sure. This is the 9th consecutive year that Bern's or Sideburns has participated in this Tampa Theater event. And the chefs from Bern's are going to do some really terrific dishes. One is going to be a grilled Indonesian curried chicken dish that's a Bern's Steakhouse original. And we like pairing that with a crisp, off-dry style wine from Oregon from the King Estate Winery.
Does chicken always go with white?
Not always. In fact, this is actually a dish that you could choose to do with a red wine.
Really?
The grilled flavors would certainly accent a red wine choice, but with the light spice from the Indonesian curry, we like pairing it with kind of an off-dry style. And this is a wine called Acrobat from King Estate Winery in Oregon. And Oregon is a great place for Pinot Gris, and this is a wine that comes from their organic vineyards. In fact, it's the largest organic vineyard in the world.
Let me ask you this. What type of, is there a type of red wine that pairs well with fish? Because it seems like the traditional rules have just kind of been tossed out. Or do you still look at people that, order a white fish and a bottle of red wine and go, what?
You clearly don't know what you're doing.
What? Go get a quarter pounder.
At Bern's and Sideburns, we often pair red wine with fish dishes. In fact, it's more about the way the fish is cooked. If it's a grilled dish or if it's a meatier style fish, we love Pinot Noir with salmon and all kinds of different fishes.
What's your take on the screw cap versus the cork? Because we have one of each here. Well, let me ask you this first. Okay, so you go out to eat and you get a bottle of wine and the sommelier hands you the cork. What really, and you smell the cork, and I've done that, and I don't know what I'm doing.
I've heard that's a myth, and you're not actually supposed to do that, and you look silly, and they laugh at you.
What are you supposed to do with it? Or is there any information that can be gleaned from the end of a cork?
Very little. You just want to see that the cork is intact.
Sure. And that's important. Why?
Well, because if the cork is there to keep the oxygen out of the bottle, and that's what can make good wine go bad. But we're seeing more and more of these twist-off closures, or in the industry term is called a Stelvin closure.
Stelvin.
Stelvin is named after the person who invented this. And the industry standard is that 5 to 10% of the wine goes bad because of cork. So we think that these twist-offs or Stelvin closures are a great way to preserve wine.
So is it a grand gesture now to unscrew the cap and then hand that, and then you smell the cap as well?
It's certainly less ceremonious than removing a cork from a bottle of wine.
I've heard you do this. You push on the end of it to see if it's begun to crumble.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Kelly,